Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Multi-Maker Studios here on YouTube. I'm John Washington. Now, today, we're going to be working with a little bit of Photoshop today. I'm keeping a little, away from After Effects for now. Why? Well, it's because, as of right now, during my spare time, I'm working on a huge After Effects tutorial. You should all know it. It is the Terminator disintegration face effect. And once I get that going, I will be sure to let you guys know how to make that effect look so real. So, we're going to be going into Photoshop today, and what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be transforming this young, lovely lady, Amber Heard, to this. Now, as you see, right here, her dress is green. I made her dress red, added a little bit of a tattoo right there. The contrast in her hair color is a lot different from before. And, I brought out the picture just a little bit more. Make it seem more dynamic. So, this is what we're going to be doing today. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. We are going to go ahead and just throw in our image of Amber Heard into a new composition here. And what we're going to do, we're going to hold on Alt, double click on that background. So that, basically unlocks the layer. And then you're going to drag this into a new layers palette to copy that layer. So now that we've duplicated our image, we can shut this off. The reason why we duplicated it is because in case we mess up, we can always go back to the previous layer and then, make some few adjustments there. So our background, our bottom layer is shut off. So with our duplicated image, we're going to rename it Source. And just hit Enter. Okay, next we're going to add a curves adjustment. Kind of like After Effects, isn't it? So basically I just want to bring this down just a bit, bring it up just a little, get some of that white in here, and just mess around with it a little bit. Alright, that pretty much brings out the little picture a little bit more, and we'll just click OK. And now what we're going to do, we're going to duplicate the source layer. Okay, so just drag this over here, and then we're going to rename this Dress 1. Why are we calling it Dress 1? Well, this is the reason why. First, let's shut off our source right here. So what we're going to do with this dress is that we're going to start masking out different parts of her dress. So there's 3 types of dresses, dress pieces that we're going to be, selecting in here. And that's what we're going to use to color the dress. So let's go ahead and get started with that. This might take a little bit of time here, but we'll get through it pretty quickly. So just grab this. I'm using the magnetic, the polygonal lasso tool, excuse me. So I'm just going to go ahead and as you see, I'm carefully selecting certain parts. You don't want to select parts of her arm and whatnot to, mess things up. So we have that finished right there. And what we're going to do, we're going to hit Control Shift I all together, which is the inverse. And then you're going to click Delete. Alright, and just hit Control D. Shut our source layer back on. Let's duplicate the source layer again. We will call this Dress 2. And we'll just click OK. And we'll go ahead and start drawing out the middle part of her dress. This is pretty time consuming, folks, but once you get used to it, you'll be fast like me. Alright, And again, you'll hit Control Shift I, and then you'll click delete. Let's just check and see how that looked. Good. All right, and just hit Control D to deselect it. And we're going to copy our source one last time, and we're going to rename it. Guess what? Dress 3. Shut off our source, and we'll go ahead and start one last time. And there we have it. Control Shift I for the last time, and delete, and then Control D, and there we have it. Her dress is complete. Now we're gonna click on our dress 1, hold Shift, click down to dress 3. So you've copied all of these right here, selected all of them, and we're going to right click, merge layers. So now it's just one dress. Now, with that said, what we're going to do is we're going to add a curves adjustment to our dress layer. By the way, let's just go ahead and name this dress now. Add a little curves adjustment, and bring it down just a little, and we're going to go to the red channel, bring that all the way up. Go over here to the blue channel, bring that down a bit, and we'll go to the green, kind of bringing that down. Let's go back to the RBG here and mess around with any certain areas here of the dress. Just go over to the green one more time. And that looks decent. Just click OK. Alright, and that'll about do it for the dress. Let's go ahead and save that. Just hit Control S, and I'll just save this to the desktop. Sometimes Photoshop will crash on you. You want to just make sure you save all your work. And now what we're going to do is edit her hair up a little bit. As you see, it's a little bit too bright and just looks a little dull. So let's add a little bit of contrast to this. So in order for us to do that, we'll just duplicate our source again. Shut this one off, and we'll just add a little bit of a garbage mask around our hair here. You want to make sure you get most of the hair in the layer here.